Hi, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my workshop. As we finish up the Burdick Freight Dock kit, we're going to use an assortment of gray Pan Pastels along with burnt sienna shade and tint. The tint is the lighter one, so it just has a touch of the color. The shade is a darker version of burnt sienna. We're going to start with the shade, and I'm using one of their sponge applicators. And I'm just getting off some of the older Pan Pastels that were used on previous projects. And just use the tip. And we're going to use a dry brushing like technique. So we'll get most of the Pan Pastels off, and then we just kind of move this down the roof to make it look sun faded and kind of streaky where rain had run down it. Doing the same thing on the witch's cap here, making sure we get all four sides, and then we'll also do the small roof on the end. Do what we can to work our way around the smokestack. And then we're going to use a little bit of the burnt sienna shade to create a rust streak on the bottom side below the smokestack. And also on the signs to make it look like some of the signs have rusted. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. I always like to use a light touch when weathering. I can always go back and add more, but it's a lot easier to add more than it is to remove. Although the Pan Pastels are forgiving, and you generally wipe a lot of it off if you need to. I'm using some of the dark gray along the ridge caps of the witch's keep where water would have run down. It might be a little bit cleaner, and also to cover up a spot where I missed the cardstock with my paper, didn't quite line up right, so that will hide that. We use some of the light gray in here to add some highlights to it as well, and add some extra tones to the roof. And mix in some dark and medium grays as well. Then we're going to use the burnt sienna shade to add some dirt to the legs and along the base of the pier. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, I'm going to use some of the dark gray on the ramp just to kind of dirty up where people have been walking up and down it, moving dollies as they're moving merchandise on and off the dock area, and also inside the floor of the dock. Okay, with that pretty much finishes up the model. I've had fun building this. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe to see what I come up with for my next project.